The stage lights rise as a young Filipino contestant steps onto the AGT stage, dressed in an unmistakable Elvis-inspired outfit. His posture is stiff, and his nervous smile gives away how much this moment means to him. The audience responds with mixed reactions. Some light applause, some curious whispers. Simon Cowell leans forward, arms crossed, studying him closely. When the music starts, the contestant begins to sing, but his voice sounds unsure, almost restrained by fear. The iconic Elvis style feels forced, as if Hez trying too hard to live up to a legend rather than finding his own voice. Just 10 seconds in, Simon suddenly raises his hand, stopping the performance cold. A sharp wave of gasps spreads through the theater. The music cuts off, and the silence becomes unbearable. The contestant freezes, eyes wide, clearly stunned and embarrassed. His hands tremble slightly as he looks toward the judges, unsure of what he did wrong. Simon's expression is serious, almost disappointed, as he explains that something isn't working, and that the performance lacks connection. The moment feels devastating, like the dream is slipping away before it ever truly began. Cameras catch the contestant swallowing hard, fighting back emotion, knowing the entire world is watching this painful pause. The contestant stands quietly on the stage, his head slightly lowered as he tries to steady his breathing. The bright lights feel heavier now, and the silence stretches on. Slowly, he looks up and begins to speak, his voice trembling but honest. He shares that he came all the way from the Philippines, carrying the hopes of his family and the dream he has held since childhood. Elvis, he explains, was more than an idol to him. His songs were an escape from hardship and a source of strength during difficult times. As he talks, his eyes fill with tears, and the audience can feel the weight of his words. The earlier whispers are gone, replaced by deep attention. The judges' expressions soften, especially Simon's, who now listens without interruption. The contestant admits that fear took over when the music started, causing him to lose himself in the performance. He apologizes quietly, asking for one more chance to prove who he really is as a singer. A long pause follows, filled with tension and emotion. Then Simon finally speaks, telling him that talent isn't just about sound, but about truth. He nods and gives him permission to start again, urging him to sing from the heart this time. The music begins again, but this time the atmosphere feels completely different. The contestant closes his eyes for a brief moment, taking a deep breath, as if leaving all his fear behind. When he starts to sing, his voice is calmer, deeper, and filled with emotion. Every note flows naturally, no longer forced or rushed. The Elvis influence is still there, but now it feels respectful and personal, shaped by his own life and struggles. The audience leans forward, sensing the change almost instantly. Murmurs of surprise ripple through the crowd as his confidence grows with each line. His hands move gently with the rhythm, and his face reflects the story of the song: pain, hope, and longing all at once. The judges exchange glances, clearly impressed by the transformation happening in front of them. Simon watches closely, his earlier skepticism replaced by curiosity and focus. As the song builds toward its emotional peak, the contestant's voice becomes powerful and controlled, filling the theater. By the final chorus, applause breaks out mid-performance, blending with the music. In that moment, it's clear he has finally found his voice and turned doubt into belief. As the final note fades, there is a brief second of silence, followed by an explosive reaction from the audience. People leap to their feet, clapping and cheering with genuine excitement. The contestant stands frozen, almost unable to believe what is happening. Tears well up in his eyes as he looks toward the judges. Simon Cowell slowly rises from his chair, a surprised smile spreading across his face. He admits that stopping the performance earlier was necessary, and says the second attempt revealed the real artist hiding underneath the nerves. The other judges echo the praise, calling the turnaround unbelievable and emotionally powerful. One judge mentions that it felt like watching two completely different performers on the same stage. The contestant covers his mouth, overwhelmed by the sudden shift from near rejection to admiration. His shoulders shake as he tries to hold back tears, nodding in gratitude with each compliment. Simon adds that moments like this are why the show exists, when someone listens, adapts, and delivers something truly special. The crowd continues cheering, chanting his name, as the contestant realizes he has not only redeemed himself, but created one of the most memorable moments of the night. The atmosphere shifts from shock to pure celebration as the judges prepare to vote. The contestant stands center stage, hands clasped tightly, his face still wet with tears. One by one the judges give their answers, each saying yes with confidence and pride. When the final yes is announced, the crowd erupts even louder than before. The Filipino Elvis drops his head, overwhelmed, then looks up with a wide emotional smile that says his life has just changed. Backstage he rushes into the arms of his family, who are crying and laughing at the same time. Years of sacrifice, doubt, and struggle suddenly feel worth it. He speaks about how close he was to giving up after being stopped, and how grateful he is for the second chance. As he walks away from the stage, still hearing the cheers echo behind him, he knows this moment will stay with him forever. What began as a painful interruption has turned into a powerful rebirth, proving that belief, resilience, and heart can transform even the most crushing moment into the start of something extraordinary.